2 days now since Erik Ten Hag started trade. 2 days, I'm sorry about that. 2 days now since Erik Ten Hag started training with Manchester United, and loads of things have happened and transpired in there for you. Yesterday, we really showed you how these players really arrived at Carrington, and now today we want to show you how Erik Ten Hag conducted his training sessions on Monday and Tuesday, and what United have in plan and stock for the new manager who goes by names of Erik Ten Hag. Lots of things to talk about. We are going to discuss very many players. There is a young one known as Zidane who really Zidane who really went ahead to renew his contract. We have players welcomed Anthony Laird after his good season, after his long spell season at Bournemouth. Then no, he was at Swansea, then they brought him at Bournemouth in there for you, and Bournemouth is in the Premier League. You know that very well because Fulham, Bournemouth, and Nottingham Forest were promoted to the Premier League. That means United to, I think, 3 players. Nathan Bishop. Nathan Bishop was for Middlesbrough. So, those that I'm sure of, that their teams were promoted, Nathan Elliott and James Conner. Those 2 were promoted to the Premier League in there for you. So we have lots of things to talk to. That's why I have every reason to go into the lower right bottom corner and hit the subscription button. Not just hitting it, hit the notification bell that enable you get notified each and every time I hold a video on this channel. Remember to always come in through and go ahead and really and really like this video. Please smash, let's see 1000 v, let's get 1000 likes onto this video, and let's pass over the love for this video because it really deserves it. We are talking Erik Ten Hag. It's a new manager. We are really getting excited. De Jong to Manchester United coming to a completion. Malacia finally agrees to join Manchester United. United now in negotiation for the personal terms with Malacia Terrell. So it looks like we've been calling for these transfers for so long, and now God has answered our prayers. And Erik Ten Hag was such a firm man, and I really give credit to Louis van Gaal. I think the meeting they had in Netherlands, what Ten Hag picked was, when United gets you a budget to buy players, spend the biggest part of your budget or the lion's share of your budget on the marquee signings you want. Who has been Ten Hag's marquee signing? It has been De Jong, and guess what? 56 million pounds out of the 125 million pounds have been spent on a player who goes by names of De Jong. And here we go, might be hard tomorrow because on Thursday Barcelona needs to submit in its accounting books to see that they are really balancing in here onto this channel, which goes by names of United Matters channel in there. You know, I have another channel, guys, known as Rokani Media Football. If at all you want to know what is happening in other teams, I go that side and really negotiate it that side because I don't want to really bring it here because I'm a diehard of United. 2 decades of supporting United Town in Africa. And let's get straight into this. Erik Ten Hag's first day at work, and this is what he really took through, and this is how he looked in there for you. That is Erik Ten Hag, the new gaffer of Manchester United. You see him very much enjoying the atmosphere, and he's enjoying Carrington after really issuing orders. That is Erik Ten Hag and Van der Geer, his assistant he was with at Ajax. So they are back together and they are at Manchester United to try to build something new at Manchester United that we are really dying to see happen in there for you. One, I really want to see some new style of football. I'm dying to see United pass because ever since I started watching United, we've never had a philosophy. We've never had a philosophy. United just had a character in players that, all right, let's go on and do this. And our philosophy depended on the assistant manager of Sir Alex Ferguson, the coaches, McRallen, very many others came in through. There is this other Portuguese guy who left for Manchester United, Carlos Queiroz, and he went for Real Madrid. So those were responsible for impacting the system of play they wanted at the club. But United now has a very big chance. We've brought in a manager whose style of play is very much known, and we can't wait to see United get into this mix of really doing the needful. Is that Erik Ten Hag really instincts, his style of play in Manchester United players in there for you. That is Erik ten Hag trying to do some juggles on at Carrington in there for you. Erik ten Hag is the lad in there for you. And that is Erik ten Hag. You see David De Gea, Van der Gaal. This is Nathan Bishop. And you see Sancho and Luke Shaw in there for you, in front of Erik ten Hag, listening to his instructions in there for you. And these players have nothing to do, because this is an exciting coach that they need to listen to, and is one of the most highly accelerating coaches as far as coaching is concerned and football management on the world continent in there for you. Then Erik ten Hag, Van der Gaal talking to Sancho, Luke Shaw, Anton Martial, Shora Shoretie, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka in there for you. Then that was a huge gang of United players that were in attendance for the first training session in there at Carrington. You see McCrallen, Van der Gaal, Erik ten Hag talking to the players in there. There is Twanzebe, I've seen Twanzebe in there for you, and very many other youngsters at Carrington. That is Erik ten Hag trying to issue out instructions to the players of Manchester United. You see him very well, and he's trying to rebuild this empire that had really fallen, and we wish him luck on what he's doing. McLaren, Erik ten Hag looking on, trying to see players really putting the ball where he wants it to be. I see Victor Lindelof in there most notably, but this one's here, I think this one is Phil Jones, who is really facing us, facing the screen with his back. I think that is Phil Jones in there for you, and he was really enjoying the instructions of Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag going on to issue instructions and holding a whistle, and he is the main man and trying to coach United in there for you. And when you look at him, that is him trying to run and follow up the drills that he had really ordered his players to go on and do at Carrington in there for you. That is Erik ten Hag and Van der Gaal in there for you on your screen, and I think you've enjoyed them and you're 100% pleased with what your eyes are really seeing in there for you. So that is Erik ten Hag, Van der Gaal and the players, and what happened at what we call Carrington in there for you, and that is Erik ten Hag. But let me show you the players, because most of you want to know what were these players up to at Carrington in there for you. Let's get it off with a player who goes by the names of Victor Lindelof in there for you. I'm so much surprised for Victor Lindelof. I really thought that he was up for his international team and he needed to come in next Monday, but he really came in early enough. That is Axel Twanzebe, who is one of those that we want to see where his future is going to lie. Is Erik ten Hag going to look at him as a good player? Because I know he's good on the ball, his physicality is not questionable, his defending skills, he's okay, but what has really failed his career from thriving? I really blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who brought him at Manchester United after promoting Fulham to, I think it was Aston Villa, after promoting Aston Villa to the Premier League. I think it would have been better for him to stay in there, the side which goes by the names of Aston Villa, and he really goes ahead and accomplish and really get that department done. If at all, that season, when he really led to the promotion of Aston Villa from the Championship, if he stayed and Dean Smith really gave him some time, he would have been established and he would have returned at Manchester United as a high-profile defender. The same thing happened to this guy, Fosu Mensah. Fosu Mensah played and really led Fulham to the Premier League, and guess what? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer called him back at United, and he didn't use these people. A full season really led to Fosu Mensah, to really lose his career in the Premier League. But if at all United had really gave him a chance and stayed at Fulham to play game there, he would have really come at United, and United would have sold him so much money in there for you. The same applied to Twanzebe. Even if he isn't that player whose prospect is way up there as we expect, we would have gotten some good money out of him. If at all was at Aston Villa and played very well, you would have seen teams coming in for him, running for him in there for you. That is Axel Twanzebe. Phil Jones, of course, for him, we know that he's left with 1 year on his contract. He's earning huge salaries at Manchester United, but he's one of those that we believe that his future doesn't lie in the hands of Erik Ten Hag or Manchester United. It lies elsewhere. He rejected a loan move to Olympique Lyon. No, it was not Olympique Lyon. It was an 8th place side in the Ligue 1, that is the French Ligue 1. He said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm here to fight for my position in there for you. And one thing that really astonished me about this man, that is Phil Jones, who is 30 years of age, was that he puts on shirt number 4. When Varane came in, he demanded for it. And Phil Jones says, no, I'm not getting you shirt number 4. It's my shirt number. That is kind of disrespect. I've been at Manchester United since 2010, and you were the reason as to why I came here, because United needed you and you went for Real Madrid. Then why are you coming in for this shirt? I've fought wars here. What have you done? But I think it's high time for him to really surrender the shirt number 4 to its owner, who goes by the names of Rafael Varane. So for him, he trained with United, but I think he is going to leave because teams like Leeds are in need of him, and £5 million have been offered to Manchester United, of which I know United will go on and grasp that money. Nathan Bishop and Tom Heaton. Nathan Bishop was in the Championship. I think he was playing for, is it Middlesbrough? I want to be exact about this. Nathan Bishop. Sorry about that. Nathan Bishop was, all right, was he playing at? He was playing at Mansfield Town in League 2 there for you, and he played 49 games. That is a man who goes by the names of Nathan Bishop in there for you. So he really retained at Manchester United, but he's being talked of as one of those goalkeepers that really have a very bright future at Manchester United, and talented, and is from the Manchester United Academy, with Tom Heaton, who returned under the era of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was lied that he was going to be a second choice goalkeeper because they knew that David De Gea was leaving, but David De Gea stayed until now. He's still the first choice goalkeeper. But Dean Henderson has left for Nottingham on loan, and United hope that he might have all the aspects to become the David De Gea heir of the throne at Manchester United. David De Gea in there for you, smiling, holding the gloves, really trying to enjoy the moment of training at Manchester United's training ground, Carrington, in there for you. He's back, and it looks like Erik Ten Hag has all the faith put or instilled in him to see to it that he really gets in goal to go ahead and save United game in, game out. That's it all in there for you, for a man who goes by the names of David De Gea, really being a player of the season. He really gave us lots of saves for Manchester United, and we really enjoyed him. Anton Martial, who was on loan at Sevilla, returns, and he's all smiles in there for you. By the way, I don't know why Martial is smiling. It's rare to get Anton Martial smiling. That's why even Bruno Fernandes posted way back in the season of 2020-2021 that I'm the only person who gets Martial smile. On Instagram, he really posted it because we all know that it's not easy to make Martial smiling, but he came in all smiles, and I think he has a very good communication with Erik Ten Hag. He has really assured him of enough playing time. Let's wait and see whether Martial is really going to be one of those impactful players. And he's one of those players that I would put my hand on if at all he stays at Manchester United, that is really going to impact the system of Erik Ten Hag. People ask me why. I give them a reason and an answer. If Erik Ten Hag turned around the career of Dusan Tadic from Southampton to Ajax, and he has played 129 games at Ajax. He has scored 91 goals and 91 assists. Dusan Tadic. Look at Sebastian Haller. Sebastian Haller came in at Fulham and he was like a flop. Then when he went at the side which goes by names of Ajax, he really scored very many goals at Ajax in that league, and he played 31 league games and scored 21 goals with 7 assists. That means those are already 28 goal involvements. Then in the UEFA Champions League, what is the Champions League? I really want to see the Champions League because he had close to 12 goals in the Champions League. That is a man who goes by the names of Sebastian Haller, who really played very well, and now he has earned his move away from Ajax to a side which goes by the names of Borussia Dortmund. He's back on the grip and he is playing for the Ivory Coast national team in there for you. That is a player who goes by names of Sebastian Haller. So, and when you combine the talents of Dusan Tadic and Sebastian Haller, they are not equivalent to the talent of Anton Martial. You know that very well. I think we are at par, and you believe in me in what I'm saying when it comes to that. Then another player, those are youngsters from the academy of Manchester United, Norm Emran and P. John Hadley. Those are really from the academy, and they've been really sent to Erik Ten Hag to see whether he can really pick some that he's going to use into his senior team. Charlie Savage, there for you, comes in at Manchester United, and he's training with Erik Ten Hag. He's one of those that comes from the academy. That is Alejandro Garnacho. You know him very well. He really led the under 23 of United to the triumph of the FA Cup, the FA Youth Cup. He really led United youth team to that, and he scored very many goals, and he even scored in the final, and he was really so much good and pivotal into that win when you are beating Nottingham Forest into that final in there. That is Shola Tire, Alvaro Fernandez and Chongi. Chongi is an exciting one, and with the left-footed players we have at Manchester United, I don't know how he's really going to get a chance, but I think he's going to go back and get loaned. But one thing I know about it is he's left with 1 year on his contract. He might go on a free and look for space elsewhere, because it looks like United has no space for him. Then Shora Tie, I think he's also another one who really deserves to go on loan, because there is a lot of congestion at the wings of Manchester United, so he has no space. When you look at the wings of Manchester United, we have Anton Martial, Rashford, Sancho, Elanga, who else? Amad Diallo. Those are 5. Who else? And Anthony is going to be coming in. That means we're going to be having 6 wingers, and he has no space in there for you. So he needs to go out on loan and try to establish his career in there. Marcus Rashford, who is really being talked about by very many people, that is really going to turn around his career. I think he can, but to me, I really believe that amongst the players of Manchester United who really had a very worst season, I believe that a player who goes by the names of Anton Martial really has a high chance, if at all he really decides to start Manchester United, because no manager can say no to Anton Martial, especially when you're not Mourinho, who is a mechanic. When you're Erik Ten Hag, you'll say that Anton Martial is one of those players I really want to have, because he's technically gifted more than Rashford. So if at all he adds physicality and some hard work onto that, he's really going to come on and do it. But even Rashford, I don't rule him off totally. I know he will return into the right shape where I expect him to be under the best manager. This is Ethan Galbraith from the academy, trained in there. Charlie Wallen, Zidane, who plays for Iraq, and he is really a very talented player, signed a new contract with Manchester United with Will Fish. Those are 3 in there, 3 players. That is Norman Emran doing a touching into the training of Manchester United. Danny Van Beek, and look, sure, Danny Van Beek finally reunites with his former manager at Ajax, and I think if there is any player who is excited with the coming in of Erik Ten Hag, it's Danny Van Beek. Danny Van Beek, under 2 managers at Manchester United, never got himself space of playing. And now the manager comes in at Manchester United and he really tells him, you are really going to come in here and play. You get? That is Danny Van Beek. And what has excited him today, I think, it's him knowing that Frank de Jong is coming to Manchester United. And I know they're already chatting with Frankie de Jong and telling him, please, the reunion is going to come. The reunion is soon at Manchester United. We are really going to go on and do it as we did it at Ajax. And Dan Van Beek is telling him, come on, my man. Come, let's run the midfield and let's prove these people wrong in there for you. Look, Shaw behind him. I don't know why he's really tying a bandage onto his knee. Isn't he really healed? Because he has been given lots of time. I think he got an injury towards the end of April. And when you look at May, June, close to 2 months, he really underwent a surgery. And Telles has been playing that position for that long time in there for you. Though days for Telles are numbered after Tyrell Malacia has been confirmed joining Manchester United. Jadon Sancho and Anton Martial These two are really so exciting players, and I really believe that they're really going to come in and do the needful for Manchester United in there for you. So Sancho and Martial, we are also into training together, and Sancho was smiling, and I think they're really having a very good conversation. But we really have talent at Manchester United, but the only gum we are lacking is the one in the midfield, and I will believe that some steel and quality has been added with Frankie de Jong, and now a holding midfielder is needed to really take us to the level we want to be. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's rumored and not given a chance to start Manchester United because United are really looking in for Dumfries. You get? So it's going to be Diego Dalot and Dumfries as the number one target to start into the right back position of Manchester United. So it looks like Aaron Wan-Bissaka is quitting. But who is going to sign him? I leave the question over to you, whether you know where he's going. Amad Diallo, one of the exciting players in there for you. And I was telling you that in many of the podcasts I've been doing, if we should really get a loan for this lad, if Anthony comes in, we should give this boy a loan in the Premier League. Even to the likes of Ajax. If I think we include a player who goes by the names of Amad Diallo in a clause with the Ajax that plays Ajax, we get us Anthony at a much cheaper price, a loan fee of like 10 million pounds for Amad Diallo, and instead of the 65 million pounds, let us give you 50 million pounds, and then the remaining, let's really account it on Diallo who is coming to your side. You get, because of very many players that can come in Ajax and can play very well. We have Diallo, we have Pelestri, so I think if I don't include them in the deal of Anthony to come in at Manchester United, I think Ajax will be very much welcoming, because he was going to Feyenoord, and Feyenoord really needed him until he got an injury, and they went in for Reece Nelson of Arsenal in there for you. And you never know, that was a chance for him, because if at all he had become the next, because if at all he was playing in the Dutch league in Feyenoord, then Erik Ten Hag would have gotten to know him far much better, and he would have come in here knowing, oh, there is a lad known as Amad Diallo, but he was loaned away at Rangers. He played some games, he got an injury, and the manager who was the left back at the Netherlands, Van Bronckhorst, said his physicality is lacking. He needs really to improve on physicality. Nathan Bishop, then Matej Kojovoka. This is Alvaro Fernandez, another one. That is Steve McLaren and Alejandro Garnacho. And McLaren is good to see him at Carrington this time round, and he's really doing it with Erik Ten Hag, known Sir Alex Ferguson in there for you. Players working hard at Carrington, you see them sprinting and doing the needful to really impress the manager. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Jordan Sancho, Victor Lindelof, sorry about that, Danny Van Beek and Amad Diallo, all determined to impress Erik Ten Hag in there for you. And that is Erik Ten Hag talking to the players of Manchester United in there for you. We are still really rolling, because we still have lots of these, and allow me bring you something else in there for you that you guys missed out in there for you. And the website has gone ahead to say that some of the moments that you never saw, that we had to bring you on camera here at this channel. So that is United website in there for you, and the footage is all being covered by the Manchester United media in there for you. And let's roll in here onto this channel. That is a lad known as Noam Emran in there for you. He comes in from the academy. Then Zidane, who really signed a new contract with Manchester United up to like 5 years at Manchester United. So wait and see whether Erik Ten Hag is really going to impress these young ones, or that these young ones are going to impress Erik Ten Hag, not Erik Ten Hag to impress them. Ethan Galbraithwaite, those are all the young ones at Manchester United. Ten Hag all smiles at the training ground, really feeling the heat and really knowing that the players are really doing what he's commanding them to do. That is Erik Ten Hag. He was again issuing orders to the players, please do this, do this, do this. I want tiki-taka. I want it to be press resistant, because I know one of the drills he's going to take them through is them being press resistant, and that one touching passing in there for you. And very many players at Manchester United that whose talents have not been improved under the previous managers are really gaining in a lot, and they might see their careers being turned around to the next level. That is David De Gea in goal, trying to do some drills in there for you, because he's really going to be the first choice goalkeeper of Manchester United, and he's going to assure most of the people who say that he's not a ball playing goalkeeper, that they can't use him as a reference into this game of football. You guys, whoever says David De Gea is not a ball playing goalkeeper, you're lying, because I've seen him playing those passes, but it depends who he really passes to. If I only have a De Jong, a lot of confidence is going to be gained into that team of Manchester United, and they will always be looking for him, that when we get that ball, De Jong is going to be our reference, and David De Gea, and I really believe that Erik ten Hag is going to do the needful to really improve a lot on him. Axel Tuanzebe, returning from a loan from Napoli, where he played only one game after he really sustained a back injury, but is back 100% fit. Victor Lindelof, returning all smiles to fight for that position, knowing that there is going to be a very, 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 very stiff competition into the central defense, because Erik ten Hag believes that he should bring in either Alessandro Martinez or Julian Timber. When one of those two comes in, it's going to be a very hard position for Victor Lindelof, because Lisandro Martinez might go in to be paired with Rafael Varane, and they can go on and do a very good job, because United doesn't have a left-footed centre-back, and managers like Erik ten Hag believe in that a defender playing on the left side of the central defense should be left-footed. That's what they believe in. That's why when a player who goes by the names of Lisandro Martinez got an injury, he pulled back Gary Blin from the left back and put him into the central defense, and Tagliafico played as a left back. That is Will Fish in there for you. Marcus Rashford, all smiles, returning from America and training with Manchester United. Then Alvaro Fernandez. This is Shola Shoretty, one of my youngsters that I really love at Manchester United. This is Amad Diallo, very good at his work in there for you. Then we have Hadley from the academy. Ethan Laird, this lad, I really have lots of prospects in this lad. I know he can really impress Erik ten Hag, and I believe that Bournemouth might need him to go back and play for them into the Prem in there for you, because he really was bought from the loan changed from Swansea to Bournemouth because they really felt like they needed services. But he's really energetic, skilled, he's really quick, swift, his final ball is good, his crosses are accurate. So I believe he really impresses the manager, especially in the preseason matches that you're really going to play against the teams in there for you. And when you look, that is Garnacho is one of the stars that Erik ten Hag really wants to look at, because he is really talented. He has the talent, and he can come on and turn off people left, right, and center. Chongi, we wait and see whether he will impress Erik ten Hag, but that's what we took place at the training grounds of Manchester United in there for you. And we sum up this with Erik ten Hag, the gaffer, coming in and doing the needful in there for you. So guys, you've watched everything about Erik ten Hag and the boys of Manchester United in there for you, and you have the right to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this, according to this that took place at the Carrington in there for you. So we went to the website, and they really put up a very good article on a man who is now the new gaffer of Manchester United, that is Erik ten Hag. They said Erik ten Hag's reign at Manchester United is officially up and running after the new permanent manager worked with his new players at the training ground for the first time. The Dutch was unveiled at a media conference last month when he toured Old Trafford and met staff in a variety of different departments. Erik ten Hag's work really got underway today when he arrived at Carrington at 8 a.m. ahead of a fast players returning after a summer break. Some of our squad will be away for a whole longer, having been involved in the international fixtures during early June. Yet there were still more than enough members of the group for Erik ten Hag to get acquainted with and to coach when the first session was held this afternoon. That's what the website is saying about Erik ten Hag. They said players started their maiden shift under the new manager with medical tests, of course, as per usual routine for the first day back, and continued it by working in the gym before moving out to the grass pitches. Ten Hag held meetings with players and staff throughout the day and addressed his training group, which comprised players from both the first and under 21s for several minutes. Erik was joined by his assistant Michel van der Gaar and Steve McLaren, the latter known Carrington well of course, and his previous spell at the club under Sir Alex Ferguson encompassed the season when the facility first opened in January 2000. Ten Hag's first training session on grass lasted for more than 2 hours, with ball work tapping up most of the time, while running drills were interpassed in there for you. As you can see from the galleries I've already shown you of exclusive photos, the senior professionals on the pitch included David De Gea, Tom Heaton, Phil Jones, Victor Lindelof, Anton Martial, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Luke Shaw, Axel Tuanzebe, and Danny Van Beek. Also working on the first day were young players such as Alvaro Fernandez, Alejandro Garnacho, Zidane, Charlie Savage, and Charlie Wellens in there for you. So that's what United really had and put up on their website about how the era of Erik ten Hag beginning at Manchester United. So guys, feel free to go in the comment section, tell me what you think about Erik ten Hag's tenure and how it started and how everything went on the field of play, and we'll be going on to bring you transfer news as far as the news coming in directly from the training ground of Manchester United until United plays its first game against Liverpool in the preseason in there for you. And I think that's really the first game we are playing in the preseason. We are really going to play in Liverpool on the 12th of July, and it's going to be at 16 hours in Thailand. Then we play Melbourne. You get Melbourne in Austria. There is Crystal Palace. Date to be communicated, because our first game is against Brighton. Then we play Aston Villa. Then we'll play Atletico Madrid. Then Rayo Vallecano at Old Trafford. That means we're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 preseason games for Manchester United, and we'll be playing Brighton on the 7th of August. That's what we had for you. Action-packed channel, is it? And today we've done 3 stories. That means we are almost getting there, and you won't miss out on stories. And tomorrow morning, we'll be back here to bring you these stories onto your screen. I'm out. May the Almighty God protect you, and I cover you all with the blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out.